For today's video, I'm going to be showing you all a couple of tips in regards to speed boost pads as well as hoverboards. Basically, I'm going to show you some of the fastest ways to get around the map, and then a little bit later on in the video, I'm going to be explaining how you can build the hover rail design, which is what you're looking at right here. And basically, you're going to use this to get around your storm shield a lot quicker. But first, I wanted to go over a couple of the fastest ways to get around the map. Obviously, the speed boost pads are going to help increase your hoverboard speed, but one thing I wanted to point out is that if you put a launch pad directly after your speed boost, that's going to help you travel even further and faster. So as you can see in this example, we built 10 stairs in order to get 10 tiles high, and once we got to the top, we placed down one speed boost pad and one launch pad directly after that. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you how far this launched me using this little setup. And when we pull up our map, you can see that we ended up traveling over halfway across the entire map. So that was the first thing I wanted to point out. You can put these launch pads directly after your speed boost pads, and that's going to help you travel further and faster. Now after doing this, I kind of wanted to experiment and see what would happen when we put a jump pad directly after a speed boost pad. So I'm gonna go ahead and show what happens when I did that. And it does push you higher, but it doesn't launch you as far as the speed boost plus launch pads. And since we're talking about using launch pads and fast ways of moving around the map, another tip I wanted to point out is in regards to ninjas. If you were to ride over a speed boost pad and then a launch pad, or just a launch pad by itself, obviously it's going to launch you into the air. But while you're in the air, you can jump off the hoverboard and double jump, and it's going to launch you even further. And doing this can launch you across the entire map. But you do want to be careful when you do this because it can launch you over the edge of the map and kill you. But yeah, that was another tip I wanted to point out since we're talking about speed boost pads and launch pads. And the last tip I wanted to point out before we get into the hover rail design is that you can also B-hop while you're under hoverboard as well. And for those who don't know, B-hop allows you to continue moving at an increased speed without slowing down. And in order to do the B-hop, basically what you're going to want to do is, as soon as you go over the launch pad, you're going to get launched into the air. And as soon as you land on the ground, you're going to want to press the jump button. And obviously that's going to make you jump in the air. And as soon as you touch the ground again, you're going to hit the jump button again. And you're going to keep doing that for as long as you want. And basically what that's going to do is it's going to keep you moving at that increased speed, and it's going to prevent you from slowing down. And that's another way you can get around the map really quickly. But yeah, now that we got that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to build the hover rail. A couple of things I should point out is that I did not come up with this design myself. I actually had a couple people leave comments describing how to build this, so shout out to those guys for telling me about it. And another thing I wanted to point out when it comes to the hover rail is that you're probably going to want to build it in your storm shield defense. As you can tell, we used a lot of speed boost pads and a lot of materials to build it, so I don't think it's really worth it when it comes to doing regular missions, but I could see it being useful when it comes to storm shield defenses. And I do consider this one to be like a smaller version. If you have more amplifiers open, then you may want to make it a little bit bigger. That way you'll be able to travel to all of the different amplifiers. But we built a small one just to show an example of how it works. Alright, so first I'm going to go ahead and ride around in it and show you how it works, and then I'll explain how you can build it. So let's say, for example, you just got done defending one of your amplifiers and you need to go to another one. All you have to do is just build some stairs that lead up to the hover rail. And as soon as you get up here, all you have to do is hop on your hoverboard and it'll take you all the way around your storm shield. So again, once you get on the hover rail, again, just hop on your hoverboard and then go forward. And look how fast it actually pushes you around the map. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how you can get around the map real quickly. We're just gonna go ahead and do one circle real quick. Holy sh! And I'm gonna go ahead and go around one time just to show you how it works and how fast it gets you around your storm shield. As soon as you hop on your hoverboard, just go ahead and move forward. And as you can see, it's moving us around. And just like that, we are back where we started, which was right here. So yeah, that's how the hover rail works. Again, you can make it a lot bigger if you want. And you can also change these little checkpoints that I inserted. You can make them farther or closer. It kind of depends on where your amplifiers are. But basically what I did was I put these little checkpoints in the middle of each side. So yeah, in order to build it, basically you're gonna have to have a bunch of floors with speed boost pads on them. You're also gonna want to put some low walls on the inside as well as the outside, and in the corner piece you're gonna have to change the direction. So basically all of these speed boost pads go in this direction, but once we get to this corner we're gonna want to start changing all of the speed boost pads to this direction, and we do the same thing in every corner. I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like over here as well. Again, once you get to this corner you're gonna want to change the direction and have all of your speed boosts start going in this direction. And as for the checkpoints, you can actually put them anywhere you want to. I just put them in the middle so we could stop on either side. But yeah, in order to make the checkpoint, you're going to want to put this little wall piece right here somewhere along the hover rail, and directly next to that you're going to want to put a floor piece so you can hop off the hover rail if you want to. And you may also want to put a wall piece right here, because again, sometimes it can launch you off, and if you put a wall here it'll stop you. And yeah, that's how you build the hover rail in Fortnite. Again, I wouldn't recommend it for regular missions, but I could definitely see it being useful when it comes to storm shield defenses. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and ride on the hover rail one more time just to show you what it looks like. Again, let's just pretend for a second that we just finished an amplifier over here. We ran up the steps to come to this hover rail, and as soon as you get on the hover rail, let's go ahead and hop on it first. Then you hop on your hoverboard and just ride it around till you get to where you want to go next. So let's go ahead and ride around it one more time. Again, when it comes to these checkpoints, just jump over it. Another checkpoint, jump over it. Another checkpoint, jump over it. So yeah, it's a really quick way to get around your storm shield. Let me know if y'all have any tips in regards to speed boost pads. Also, let me know what y'all think about this hover rail design as well. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.